Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've been waiting for. I know that deep down, you've always felt there was something more to life, something just beyond the horizon, something that was waiting for you to step into it. And today, right now, that moment has arrived. You've been preparing for this shift for longer than you realize. Every decision, every challenge, every moment of discomfort has been building the foundation for the person you are becoming. This is not just a change in your external circumstances, but a profound shift in your energy, your perception, and your very essence. The world around you is about to reflect the new version of you that has been silently evolving beneath the surface. You may not always see the changes immediately, but trust me, this shift is already happening within you. It is happening in the way you think, the way you feel, the way you show up in the world. You see, everything in the universe is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, all of them are frequencies that are constantly creating and shaping your reality. For too long, you may have been living in a state of reaction, reacting to the world around you, letting your past experiences dictate who you are and what you can achieve. But the shift that's happening now is the moment when you no longer let the past define you. You are stepping into the power of who you truly are in this moment. This is the moment where you choose to become the creator of your reality. You are no longer a passive observer. You are an active participant in the unfolding of your life. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every choice you make from here on out will either align you with the life you want to create or keep you in the patterns of the past. The beautiful thing is the power is in your hands. You've been waiting for this moment because deep inside you've always known this shift was coming. You've felt it in the quiet moments of your life, when you knew things could be different, when you knew there was a greater purpose for you, a higher path waiting to be walked. And now this is your time to take that first step. The shift is happening now because you are ready. Your energy is aligned with the future you've been dreaming of. Every part of you, every cell in your body is awakening to a higher frequency. The only question is, will you allow yourself to fully step into it? Will you allow this transformation to take place? There's no more waiting, no more hesitating. This is the moment you've been preparing for, and it's time to embrace the change. The life you've been longing for is already within you, and it's time to let it unfold. Are you ready to step into the highest version of yourself? The shift is happening now, and the world is waiting for you to embrace it fully. Step into it with confidence, with courage, and with the knowledge that you are the creator of your reality. This is your moment. Your shift is happening now. Transformation is the profound shift that occurs when we move from one state of being to another, often from a place of limitation to a place of possibility. It begins in the mind, where the perception of reality starts to change. It's not just about external circumstances changing, but about a fundamental shift in how we think, feel, and interact with the world. Transformation happens when we consciously decide to step out of old patterns, old beliefs, and old ways of being. It requires us to see beyond our current circumstances and embrace the unknown with trust and faith. In this process, we begin to realize that we have the power to create the life we desire. The power lies not in changing the world outside us, but in changing our relationship with ourselves and the energy we emit. The world we see around us is a reflection of our internal state. So when we undergo a personal transformation, our external reality begins to shift as well. Transformation is about releasing the limiting beliefs and stories that no longer serve us. It's about allowing ourselves to grow, evolve, and expand into the highest version of who we are. As we step into transformation, we may face moments of discomfort, fear, and uncertainty. These moments are natural, but they also hold the key to growth. It's in these moments that we learn to trust ourselves more deeply, knowing that we are on the right path. True transformation is not about perfection, but about progress. It's about moving forward, learning, and becoming more aligned with our authentic selves. This journey is unique for each individual, but it's always one of empowerment, possibility, and expansion into new ways of being. Energy is the fundamental force that drives everything in the universe. It is the invisible current that runs through all of existence, constantly flowing and shifting. Our thoughts, emotions, actions, and intentions all carry a specific energy that influences the reality we experience. Each of us is an energetic being, constantly emitting vibrations into the world. The energy we hold within ourselves affects the energy we attract from the outside world. When we are in alignment with our true selves and maintain a high vibration, we attract circumstances, people, and experiences that resonate with that energy. At its core, energy is about frequency. Our thoughts and emotions create a vibrational frequency that sends signals out into the universe, and the universe responds by sending back what matches that frequency. This is why two people can experience the same situation very differently. One may view it as a challenge, while the other sees it as an opportunity. Their perception and emotional response create different energetic outcomes. By consciously choosing to focus on positive thoughts, feelings, and intentions, we can raise our energetic frequency, making it easier to manifest the life we desire. Energy is also not static. It is in constant motion, flowing and adapting to the conditions around it. This is why we have the power to shift our energy at any moment. If we find ourselves in a negative emotional state, we can consciously choose to shift our thoughts and emotions to raise our energy. This shift can be as simple as changing our focus, practicing gratitude, or breathing deeply to bring us back into balance. As we master our energy, we begin to realize that we are not simply reactive beings, but active creators of the reality we experience. The energy we put out is the energy we receive, and through this understanding, we become empowered to consciously shape the life we want. Alignment is the state of being in harmony with your true essence and the energy around you. It occurs when your thoughts, emotions, actions, and beliefs are all in sync with your highest self and the vision you have for your life. When you are aligned, there is no inner conflict. Your desires and actions naturally flow together, creating a sense of ease and fulfillment. You are no longer pushing against the current, but instead you are flowing with it, trusting that each step you take is leading you to the right place. Achieving alignment requires self-awareness. It begins with understanding who you truly are beyond the labels and expectations placed upon you by others. Alignment requires you to be honest with yourself, to acknowledge your desires, dreams, and passions, and to recognize what feels authentic to you. When you are clear about your intentions and what you want, it becomes easier to make decisions that are in harmony with that truth. To maintain alignment, it's essential to let go of limiting beliefs and thought patterns that no longer serve you. These old beliefs create dissonance between who you are and who you are becoming, keeping you stuck in patterns of doubt, fear, or insecurity. By shifting your mindset and releasing these outdated beliefs, you open up space for new opportunities, growth, and experiences. Living in alignment also means trusting the process of life. It means surrendering to the natural flow of events and not forcing things to happen. As you align with your true self and your highest purpose, you begin to notice synchronicities and signs that guide you on your path. Alignment is not about perfection, but about consistently choosing to be in harmony with your deeper truth. When you are aligned, everything you need comes to you effortlessly. Potential is the unlimited capacity within each of us waiting to be realized and expressed. It is not something that is gained from external sources, but something that already exists within our core, waiting for the right conditions to unfold. Our potential is inherent, a unique combination of talents, gifts, and abilities that are uniquely ours. The only thing that often stands in the way of realizing our potential is our own limitations. Limitations created by fear, self-doubt, or past experiences that tell us we are not capable of more. Unlocking our potential requires us to break free from the chains of those limiting beliefs. It is about realizing that we are not defined by our past, by our failures, or by the expectations others have placed on us. Our potential is not fixed. It is fluid and ever-expanding, shaped by the choices we make and the actions we take. Every time we step out of our comfort zone and try something new, we tap into a deeper layer of our potential. It's when we take risks, when we push through challenges, that we discover the hidden strength and abilities we never knew existed within us. Realizing our potential is a continuous process. It's not something that happens all at once, but rather it unfolds over time as we learn, grow, and evolve. As we expand our mindset, we begin to see new possibilities where once there were obstacles. The more we believe in our own potential, the more it expands. It's about creating a vision for who we want to become, and then aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision. As we do so, our potential begins to manifest in our lives in ways that we may have once thought were impossible. De-escalation is the process of turning our thoughts, emotions, and intentions into tangible experiences. It is the art of creating our reality by consciously focusing on what we want and aligning ourselves with the energy of that desire. Everything in the universe is made of energy, and when we learn to align our own energy with the energy of our desires, we begin to draw them into our lives. Manifestation is not a passive process, but an active one, requiring clarity, belief, and inspired action. It is about tapping into the infinite possibilities that exist around us and choosing to bring them into the present moment. At the core of manifestation is the belief that we are capable of creating the life we desire. This belief acts as the foundation upon which our thoughts, emotions, and actions are built. When we believe that something is possible, our energy aligns with that possibility, and we begin to see the signs, opportunities, and people that will bring our desires to fruition. If we are filled with doubt or fear, however, we will manifest experiences that reflect those feelings. The key is to maintain a mindset of possibility and trust, knowing that the universe is constantly working in our favor. Manifestation also requires us to take inspired action. It's not enough to simply think about what we want. We must act on the opportunities that present themselves and move toward our desires with purpose and confidence. As we take action, we reinforce the energy of our intentions, sending out a signal to the universe that we are ready to receive what we've asked for. The more aligned we are with the energy of our desires, the more quickly and effortlessly they begin to appear in our lives. Intentions are the guiding force that directs our thoughts, emotions, and actions toward the life we wish to create. When we set an intention, we are essentially planting a seed in our mind, focusing our energy on a specific outcome that we want to bring into our lives. Intentions go beyond wishful thinking. They are powerful, conscious decisions that reflect our desires, values, and purpose. They are not passive hopes, but active, focused commitments to creating something meaningful in our lives. The strength of an intention lies in its clarity and emotional charge. The clearer we are about what we want, the more effectively we can align our energy with that desire. The emotional connection to our intention also plays a crucial role. When we feel deeply about what we intend to manifest, our emotions amplify the energy, sending out a stronger signal to the universe. This emotional energy fuels our actions, making us more motivated, determined, and inspired to take steps toward our goals. Setting intentions also requires us to be present and grounded in the moment. It's not about obsessing over the future or focusing on what we lack, but about fully committing to the here and now, knowing that our actions today will shape the reality of tomorrow. Intentions are not set and forgotten. They require our attention, alignment, and conscious effort to bring them to life. They guide our decisions, behaviors, and mindset, helping us stay focused on what truly matters. When we live with intention, we stop being passive participants in our lives. We take the reins and create with purpose, knowing that every choice we make aligns us more closely with the reality we are bringing into existence. Intentions are the compass that guide us, and through them we begin to create a life that reflects our highest values and aspirations. Consciousness is the lens through which we interpret and experience the world around us. It is the awareness that governs our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions, shaping how we interact with both ourselves and others. Our consciousness is the filter that determines how we respond to events, how we process information, and what we believe is possible. The more aware we become of our thoughts and feelings, the more power we have to transform our experience. This awareness allows us to rise above the habitual reactions that keep us stuck in old patterns and beliefs, enabling us to live with greater intention and purpose. The state of our consciousness reflects the level of awareness we have about ourselves and the world. When our consciousness is limited by fear, doubt, or past experiences, we perceive the world through a narrow, restrictive lens. We see obstacles rather than opportunities, and we feel disconnected from our true potential. However, as we expand our consciousness, we begin to perceive reality in a broader, more expansive way. We see possibilities where we once saw problems, and we start to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. Expanding consciousness is a process of awakening to a higher level of awareness. It requires us to step beyond the constraints of our conditioned beliefs and allow ourselves to see the world with fresh eyes. This involves letting go of the narratives and judgments that no longer serve us and embracing a deeper understanding of who we truly are. As our consciousness expands, we begin to tap into the infinite potential within us, realizing that we are not limited by our past or external circumstances. We become more attuned to the present moment, and in doing so, we unlock new levels of creativity, insight, and personal growth. Beliefs are the unseen forces that shape our perception of reality. They are the lens through which we view the world and ourselves, often determining our potential for success, happiness, and fulfillment. Our beliefs are powerful as they influence not only our thoughts and actions, but also the energy we emit into the universe. They are formed over time based on past experiences, societal conditioning, and personal interpretations, and often we are unaware of how much they guide our lives. Some beliefs serve us, helping us grow, succeed, and find meaning, while others hold us back, reinforcing negative patterns and limiting our true potential. At their core, beliefs are simply thoughts that we have repeated so often that they become ingrained in our subconscious minds. These repeated thoughts become automatic, influencing our behavior without us even realizing it. The challenge comes when those beliefs are limiting or outdated, preventing us from stepping into the full range of possibilities that life has to offer. By identifying and understanding our beliefs, we can begin to discern which ones are aligned with our highest potential and which ones need to be changed. Changing our beliefs is not about suppressing or denying them, but about shifting our perception and consciously choosing new beliefs that better serve our growth and well-being. This requires awareness and self-reflection, taking a step back and questioning long-held assumptions about who we are, what we deserve, and what is possible for us. Once we identify limiting beliefs, we can replace them with empowering ones that align with the life we wish to create. As we change our beliefs, we change the way we experience the world, opening ourselves up to new opportunities and experiences. Beliefs are the foundation upon which our reality is built. And by consciously choosing to cultivate supportive, expansive beliefs, we begin to create a reality that reflects our true potential. The future is not something that happens to us, but rather something we create with every thought, decision, and action we take in the present. It is an ever-evolving, dynamic process shaped by the choices we make today. While many people view the future as a distant and fixed destination, the truth is that it is continuously being influenced by our consciousness and our intentions. Each moment offers an opportunity to align with the future we desire. The actions we take, the beliefs we hold, and the energy we put out all contribute to the unfolding of our personal future. We are not victims of time, but active participants in the creation of our lives. Our thoughts and emotions play a significant role in how we perceive and experience the future. When we focus on possibilities, growth, and abundance, we begin to align with those outcomes. On the other hand, when we focus on fear, lack, and limitations, we unknowingly create a future that reflects those same patterns. The key to shaping a positive future lies in conscious awareness and intentionality. If we want to create a future that aligns with our dreams, we must begin by changing our current mindset. The future is not a static, predetermined event. It is fluid and responsive. The universe reflects back to us the energy we emit. Therefore, the more we align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with our desired future, the more likely it is to manifest. By staying present, grounded in the moment, and clear about our intentions, we can create a future that is full of possibility and purpose. The power to shape our future is in our hands right now and how we choose to live today. Reality is not a fixed, unchangeable entity, but rather a fluid and dynamic creation that is influenced by our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. It is the product of our perception and the energy we emit into the world. What we experience in our outer reality is a direct reflection of our inner state. If we view the world through the lens of fear, doubt, and limitation, our experiences will mirror those beliefs. However, if we choose to see the world through the lens of possibility, abundance, and growth, we begin to attract those very experiences into our lives. Our perception shapes our reality, and by shifting our thoughts, we can begin to change what we see around us. We often believe that reality is something external that happens to us, but the truth is that we are co-creators in the process. Every thought we have, every belief we hold, and every emotion we feel sends out a vibration that influences the world around us. The more we become aware of the thoughts and emotions that drive us, the more control we have over the reality we experience. By consciously choosing to focus on what we want rather than what we don't want, we begin to align ourselves with the energy of those desires. The process of changing our reality starts with changing our inner world. As we transform our thoughts and beliefs, we shift our energy and in turn our external experiences. Reality responds to the energy we put out, and as we elevate our vibration, we begin to attract higher frequency experiences. This is the power of becoming aware of our thoughts and intentionally choosing to create a new reality that aligns with our highest potential. By understanding that we are the creators of our reality, we step into the full power of our lives.